Welcome back here to the second map between MVP and NRG. We head to Train. NRG's map pick after they just got defeated by the Koreans. And let's see if we do have the Korean overlords here. Snods, what are you thinking?
Might not be League of Legends, but potential, obviously, this could be the last chance saloon here for NRG. On Train, they're map picking this best of three, a map that we know MVP can both play. Mirage being the last map, a team that's strong for both these teams. Actually, the first map pick from the both of them in their first matchup, which they lost. That's why they're here in the losers bracket. But Train, I would say 75-25 in favour of NRG. I'm still sticking to my guns. NRG taking this one 2-1. I think it's a 69 in favour of NRG. What do you reckon?
I don't know, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised just of the caliber of MVP that in the previous game looking so good that they could just come in and completely outplay NRG. But in the sense of when it comes down to who knows the map better, I don't think it's an argument that NRG are clearly more prepared. Given the fact that that map was close, I want to lean the way of NRG, but I think if we see the pistol rounds go the way of MVP, there's no way that this North American side will get out alive. They need pistols. They need at least one here. They can't go 0-2 for pistols again. Otherwise, the fact they went 0-2 for pistols and still got, what, 11 rounds? Like that,
10 or something
10, 11 rounds. That shows if they get both pistols, they win the game, pretty much. Give or take.
They were down 15-6. Obviously, the extra 4 rounds at the end there. Was it MVP playing too aggressive, trying to get the job done too early? We saw them rushing towards B, rushing towards A, getting a bit too overzealous and giving away potential advantages they shouldn't. But nevertheless,
yeah, I'm not going to flip-flop. I'll stick with NRG because I said NRG, but they need those pistols.
Yeah, obviously it has to be 2-1.
Yeah, they need those pistols. No, 1-1. We're splitting maps here. No one's going home today, Snods. Both teams are going to the playoffs. I'll stick with NRG, but if they don't get pistols, I've not got a lot of hope. And frankly,
you like your pistols, don't
I do, but MVP are really good at pistol rounds. That's the thing. MVP have always been good at pistol rounds. We talked about
the high sense.
It's a conversion.
The high sense is good on those pistol rounds.
Yeah,
it's not the best for spraying,
no,
but it can be very effective with those first bullet headshots.
Yeah, especially USPs, right? But it's the conversions that MVP can sometimes struggle with. So, yeah, I don't know. It could go. Honestly, I think this is I think this is the hardest map of the day to predict. Apart from that 16-1.
Hey, I said 16-6, so
you got close
I completely agree with you here, actually. The reason I agree is we know MVP can play Train. We saw in the first match they played far better fundamental Counter-Strike than NRG. In terms of individual players, Cirque did not show up. He had one nice round, but apart from that, he had a few picks here and there, but it's not the Cirque we know. Ethan, Breze, they showed up to play. Firepower was there from 2 of the players, but they're missing that key piece. And for me, Cirque, if he doesn't perform here in this matchup, this could be NRG exiting early.
Yeah, and again, I don't want to look at this game like you would look at this game 6 months ago and go, oh, MVP Asian team, MVP have been making massive improvements. You cannot discredit this team. This team has been so good as of late when they play on these European and North American events. They've been making massive improvements. So let's at least commend them for that and look at this game not as or Asian CS, like whatever, let's just sweep it under the rug, but as Asian CS, like they're getting good. This is scary. We shouldn't sleep on this team, and we obviously shouldn't. They just took first map, so yeah. Let's head into Train. Let's have a look. Let's see how the second map's going to go, and see if we can have a bit of a resurgence from NRG, or if MVP will wipe this clean in a 2-0. We're about to find out.
We are indeed NRG picking Train, which means MVP gets to start on the CT side and try and carry over the momentum they had in the last map. Solo on his lonesome to depict his name. Gets caught off towards Ali with the aggression. Now Zeph has to be paranoid about a push coming in towards the default site and towards the back lines and backtracks as well as Zeph. Ooh, with the fast aggression, could be coming in from behind her and catching players off guard.
Yes, 3 players here again, so grouped up for MVP as they do like to do on these CT pistols. The issue is, kills not going their way. Fugly going to chase for a little bit more, but good tap from HSK keeps it in a 2v3. Not the best of spots to the CT side, but if they find the next kill, it could be their round. However, I'm doubtful. Okay. Bit scary. HSK doing some more damage, but he is down to 7 HP himself, so this should, and I think will be NRG's round, unless he gets a complete lucky stick on the bomb. Trying to force out a peek here, but at this point he's out of time. It's stick or bust, and he won't even get a choice. Daps will make the choice for him, and NRG pistol round on the board. Exactly what they need.
Yeah, finally claiming a pistol in this series. Good counterplay as well. Solo going for the aggression towards Ali, seeing if it was completely barren. If it was a vacant Ali play, NRG could be very heavily, lent towards B upper, about to execute towards the B side, come down the lower ramp. So when you go for those sorts of, audacious, risky plays, You run the risk of obviously dying versus the Glocks and giving up that advantage, and you saw the instant reply from NRG. They storm out towards the A site. But conversely, you also get a chance of gaining perfect information as to where NRG are lurking. If there's no one alley, high chance they're above Pop Dog, going towards B, and you can then have the 4-player stack and really get your team in a good position. But enough of that, as NRG did win the pistol, and now their victory is going to be a small one, but it is going to be 2 MAC-10s, 3 AKs as well to wield, versus the 4 Spy from MVP. The Koreans down to the CZs and Kevlar. HSK with the Scout as well, as he found frags with the P2000 to afford this gun. Solo on $1,200, so we can buy the AWP into the first buy round, which is good to see. Not going to overbuy. But they were hoping and praying for an A take from NRG, and they couldn't be more wrong.
Yeah, already just contact play into that B site. Solo instantly executed, and with that, very common you see these second round stacks just result in saves or attempted saves, because MVP can just reposition next round with the same guns, with the same weaponry. Solo didn't have anything anyway, and they can have another crack at this, another go. But NRG maybe a bit hungry, or at least Daps is. Again, with only a MAC-10 and armor, no nades, nothing really. This is a very low risk, high reward play. He can make some real money if he gets kills. If he dies, who cares? He's not giving anything away to MVP that they'll be too happy about. Yeah, okay, they have a MAC-10 now, big whoop. But Fugly saw that MAC-10 just disappear before his eyes. So he knows they're down there and doesn't want to push any further with the AKs. Instead, Ethan going down Ivy, but no, with the MAC-10 he won't be able to get the kill. So save guns for MVP. They can have another shot, but NRG still going to be fine.
Wow, they've still got MAC-10s to use as well. So they can continue on their money stacking mission. Already going to be 4,000 for Ethan, so another round if they win it. You know, 3 players staying alive, they can get to a few players in that position of, you know, $6,000 in the bank, $5,000 in the bank, so they can afford to buy even if MVP start winning rounds, which is crucial to see. But MVP did save 4 weapons.
Always a bit of a worry. Luckily enough, though, NRG again just going to do the same thing. Walking into B, it seems, and no one here for MVP. They look like they want to burst out upper. That Scout almost began to rotate from HSK, which would have allowed for something, maybe a kill, something to bait MVP into going for this kind of play and getting aggressive, trying to contest this site. But for now, it is not going to be that case. MVP giving up B, and I think they've realized that as well. Well, the bomb plant will make it pretty obvious. Nice shot, though, from HSK. However, he will be caught from that wrap. Fugly catching him in the CT spawn means that MVP are in this weird spot where it's like, you shouldn't really save because you're going to be able to rebuy anyway, but even if you go for this, that's what happens. Ethan just makes money, so yeah, damage is nice, but I can't imagine too much is going to come through for MVP here in this round. I imagine NRG, sorry, are going to find a clean third.
Ethan still trying to find some more money with the MAC-10, but eventually the CZ will win the duel. However, ultimately, MVP down 3-0 as NRG claim the consolation rounds following the pistol. As we head now into round number 4, is the MAC-10 going to be kept by Daps? And if so, are they going to go for a fast set play towards B? Maybe a pop burst if they can get down pop, have an AWP watch the cross towards Pop Dog. Make sure no one from MVP is up close, get down pop, flash over, do a fast kind of round. But the MAC-10 is kept. Going to be interested to see here, Hugo, how Daps is going to utilize it. Smart player, someone who's going to have a game plan into this round. And so far, he is making his way. Trying to see, is he with a bomb? He's in towards Brownhall, so maybe going to be a fake towards the A site. Either come down Pop Dog, go in towards A, or they fake the A site, come back down towards B round. There's lots to play for here. AWP from Solo, alongside Zeph towards the B side. Tried to go for the upper angle towards B upper above Pop Dog to get the first frag, but it was flashed off by NRG. And now NRG can just regroup, resettle themselves, and have Cirque work alley.
It's nice to see NRG held on to all these Molotovs as well, especially useful for these late round executes. If they want to commit towards B, they can also use that for the post plant. No nades left for MVP, but they have got a pick to make up for it. Solo's dropped Ethan. Now, NRG, how do they respond? They want to wrap this CT spawn to the B site, it seems. Already 2 players have wormed their way behind enemy lines. Cirque and Brez to do damage, and Cirque has done exactly that. HSK dead, but they should realize this is the B play. Solo he's wrapped into spawn himself, so finds one on the catch. And now he's just waiting for that second man to rotate in through as well. He catches him through the smoke. So good from Solo. Bomb may be down, but without that split through the CT spawn, this is going to be almost impossible to hold off on the post plant, and they will make it so low. 4 kills.
Nice. That was nice.
Thank you.
3-1 then. MVP picking up the first buy round. However, NRG, with the cash from the pistol, and the MAC-10's been able to really buster up their economy, they can go for a buy here into round number 5, and this is the crucial point. Can they reset the round loss bonus for MVP, make it 4-1, and basically shatter the CT side economy going forward and really establish a strong foothold here on the T half? What would the call be? Before they'd a fake towards B upper, play towards alley, then a re-hit in towards B. Bit of a crazy round as they tried to go in through the backtracks in through CT spawn, but it didn't quite work out in their favor. And now MVP gifted the AWP from Solo they had before that was saved, plus the AWP of the corpse of Cirque as well that Zeph's going to have probably towards the B side, and indeed he will. So a double AWP setup now for the Koreans on their CT side of train, already just 5 rounds in. Usually we don't see this until round 7, round 9, into the 3rd or 4th buy round.
Well, yeah, both teams are very reliant on their AWPers, right? Cirque obviously being one of, if not the best player on this NRG side, and of course Solo, we know him for his AWPing, so it makes a lot of sense. With them being brought up early, MVP scavenged them well. And they have got the first kill, but look at the amount of control NRG have been gifted. They're so aggressive, they're already up close in the site. Glow's doing damage from above, he's managed to find one more kill. Looking for a second, Brezig dead, and the bomb dropped as well in the open. There's nothing that the T's can do about that, but Ethan fires off shots, and with Glow as well still stuck in the heaven. Oh no, he runs into the molly. That's so awkward. Cirque's even been spotted as well, and Glow won't even commit to the fight. He waits, and there we go. MVP, 2nd round on the board. And that was pretty damn good considering the fact that NRG was so deep into A, and it seemed like surely they were gonna get something done with those positions.
Smoke in towards the right side of the green train. They had lurk players in towards the site, in towards great positions. But simply put, Glow there towards heaven, finding 3 frags and 2 frags, which he definitely should have found the first 2. Fair enough, you find the first kill, catching a player off guard, but there should be an instant trade instead. Yeah. Fugly losing out the aim duel, the spray just not connecting. And that frag, obviously with the Molotov that came out, killing Ethan as well. Oh me, we see the final buy from NRG's former strong economy.
It's a shame even with the pistol they can't get off to like a 5-0 lead or you know, kickstart things with some good momentum, because not only do you get the 3-0 right off the pistol, but you get a lot of confidence off of that, and it can always lead a lot of teams to kind of run away with the first half.
Let's see. HSK with a Molotov frag already, obviously helped with the M4 bullets, which bring Ethan and Brezza down to low HP, but Cirque charging it deep in towards the backlines now of this B bomb site, trying his best to warden off the CT side and unroot the defense. But we can't overlook things. Man advantage here for the Koreans, but they have no flank coming in for the Pop Dog.
Yeah, all retaking together. If they can just isolate Cirque here, this could be good, but they can't afford to bypass him. Even though he's low, he's got a rifle, and he can be dangerous. There's one. Trade right back and a tag onto Fugly as he retreats up the ramp, isolates a lone player on the site. There's Daps. Oh, whiff spray, but Glow finally recovers. And with 1 man left up, Zyme will finish him off. Fugly was far too low to withstand that fight. And MVP come back in with a nice retake. Only 1 casualty in the retake. That's pretty damn clean, if you ask me. But the AWPs are gone. Or one is.
One is. They could afford the second if they wanted to. Glow could maybe drop that one over. But is it worth investing into an AWP now when you know the money's going to be low from NRG? The bomb was planted. They had the AKs. They went for the force.
You don't need a double AWP as well at the end of the day.
Yeah, it depends on what the opposition are doing. It's not quite as black or white.
No.
It depends what NRG are doing. Are NRG going for contact players towards alley, which they are, so the AWP could work towards alley. Are NRG peeking from Pop Dog out towards the A site? Are NRG peeking towards T main? Are they walking out, you know, B lower where you can get a frag there with an AWP? That's the question to be had of the alley player. Does the alley player want to use a secondary AWP? If not, then you know, single op can work very well. It's very good for the retake as well.
Of course it can help. I more mean it in the traditional sense of you can get it done without it.
Oh,
of course it would help and it would make it better, but you know, it's not worth over investing for it sometimes. You know, given the context of their money, they need every penny they can get. So eventually when NRG actually win a round, MVP still have money. But if they start overbuying in rounds where they don't need AWPs, you know, they're up against pistols here. If they bought a secondary AWP here and then they lose the round, or even if they lose the upcoming round, you know, that's just going to screw their money over. But one for now. We'll keep our eyes on that. Flash up on Ivy and double peek coming through. Nice trade from Brazy. Dap's going to follow up as well with a CZ. So actually guns dropped and opportunities open. Sick Deeg. MVP now down on 2, and this is why you don't buy the double AWP, or maybe they should have. Maybe that would have been what they needed. Although, push through the smoke, only finds 1 and some bit more damage onto Daps. Now it is just the 1v3 for Zeph, and while he has isolated 1, Daps is low as well. This is a good opportunity. There's a second from Zeph. He just needs to work out where this final player is, but he's being wrapped from the left side. He's actually being completely outflanked here, and he has no idea. Ethan's played this perfectly, and that will be the round. NRG pick it up with pistols.
Eco for NRG, Deagles and CZs. We know how prolific these pistols can be, and it's going to throw out an instant tactical timeout from MVP, as that's thrown a massive spanner in the works here for the CT side. You look at their money as well. They win 3 in a row, but those were close rounds. 2 players surviving each and every time, and therefore their money was never able to really start to establish itself in a strong way. So here we have it. Solo can buy the AWP and no Kevlar. But then again, you could argue for MVP to go for the save. If they do save, they can buy fully into round number 9 with AWPs. 2 at that. But it's the risk. Do you want to be giving a round to NRG where they can go for a money round, essentially? Only Ethan could buy if they lost this one, so do you give away, you know, $4,000, $3,500 to NRG's roster? Do you just swallow your pride and try again in the next one? And also going to be losing the lead as well if they do go for the eco, which they have. Maybe a 5-3 scoreline, which definitely favours the T side before they flip over on their CT side defense.
Lots of questions asked, but Ethan's trying to answer them. Already a pick onto Solo on the outer site. HSK moves back in for that trade. He does find it with a D-wall, though, getting tagged in the process. Aim punch not stopping him. And Zine, so aggressive as well. He's found a kill to Fugly. Snods, this is falling apart. The issue is the bomb's now down on B, so even though MVP have this man advantage, they don't exactly have the round. They're going to have to rotate all the way around through the CT spawn, going for that long wrap. Daps is going to line up 1. Does he know there's another man here? Zeph hasn't taken the gun. He can't reach it without peeking. There it is. Deagle in his hands, but he still gets dropped. Daps doing the damage. Dirty stuff as well means now that only 2 players saving for MVP with the rifles. Again, it was an eco, so you can look at it like, okay, it's fine. They got a couple of kills and saved a couple of guns, but they had a 5-on-3. Certainly could have been a round.
Could have been. But no Kevlar as well, so they do get away with 2 weapons. Having no armor for the retake would have been an uphill task, to say the least. But they have 2 saved AKs, which means now they can drop over M4s. Players on the CT side can have an abundance of utility, and that's what's really required here for the CT side. Grenades to deny early peaks and aggression towards Olof and towards team main. You know, first player Molotovs, second player flashbangs, or vice versa. Smoke towards Pop, smoke towards, you know, Ivy. Molotov for the retake towards the B or A side. So the buy is strong here for MVP, and they need to get these rounds on the board. They cannot afford to go down into a 6 or 7-3 deficit on their CT side defense on train. Otherwise, Mirage could definitely be coming to the forefront sooner rather than later. But Solo, once again with the upper peak towards B, actually manages to dodge death as Cirque misses the shot towards B upper, but, you know, a frag found by MVP across the map anyways. Brezzy lurks through the smoke alley, expecting weakness here and an opportunity to find a frag.
Oh, Zine knows, though. He's aware.
Oh!
Doesn't catch the angle, though. That looked very, very nice from Brezzy's side. Now with a trade right back for NRG and HSK down to just 1 point of health. He does have a good position considering the low health, but even so, this is very hard to get anything done when you're 1 shot away from death. A breath of wind. A breath of wind? That doesn't really work.
If you could breathe wind, are you an airbender?
Yeah. You never know. Just the
Definitely
second
the
part.
last.
Just the second part.
Definitely
Yeah.
just the Definitely just the
Pushing to B here for NRG though. They have the bomb, although not committed. Actually, yeah, not pushing to B. Look at Brez's position. He's wormed his way all the way up to the A side. Actually completely bypassed HSK up in the heaven as well. So as a result, he just thinks A is clear. Couldn't be further from the truth. Solo's coming in through the connector, but he gets spotted around the corner. Breze having a better angle. And the catch of the player in main is perfect. HSK firing off shots cannot stop the bomb from getting planted, and he'll just get wrecked from below. This has turned out to be a wonderful round off the back of Brez's push, and he's found 3 kills to claim it. Now Zeph just trying to save.
Breze, one of the only players able to frag in the last map on Cash versus MVP's dominating performance. And once again, it seems the same can be said here on Train. Perfect lurk, well-timed, through alley, with the incredible headshot as well onto the alley anchor. Came in towards under heaven, cleared out the site. Finds the entries towards B and secures the 6th round now for NRG. So now for MVP, should be the quasi-buy coming through. Zeph could drop over an M4, however. Glow could buy an M4 himself, so they could have a 3-rifle buy if they did opt to go for the risky buy. But I definitely wouldn't be recommending that one. Would just be digging their own ruts and, you know, digging the hole deeper essentially into their CT side deficits. But right now, NRG, if they are versus just pistols and armor, if they can win this one and get to 7, they're going to be content with a half either way.
I mean, yeah, this is already a really sick T side, to be fair. Like, they could completely lose every single round now and still be okay, still be fine. And if that's your kind of base mark, you know you're doing well already, considering they're only 9 in on the 10th. Push down Ivy. 1 man left up there. Solo falls back. In the meantime, that's pushing out onto the A site. He's going to find the opening kill. Zeph with that rifle rotating. He does line up 2, but he won't be able to get the kill. Ethan actually kills his teammate in the process. Love it. As Solo is now the last man up. The only casualty was actually from NRG to NRG.
Bomb has been planted.
Just going to be Solo here. Trying his luck in gaining an exit frag and gaining a weapon to maybe carry forward into round number 10. Or 11 at that. As this game has definitely picked up its pace. 7 for NRG. And 1 away from the aforementioned 8 round. And once you get to 8, you've already won the half as a bare minimum. That's going to apply a lot of pressure for MVP onto that pistol round in the second half. If they lose that, they could be down, you know, 12-6, 13-5 as well if this is a double-digit half from NRG.
It's looking like that as well.
It is. You look at momentum, how they're playing, the confidence as well, even though they lost the last map. You can see, you know, they had the 10-minute break. They went back, they thought, okay, that's their map, that's their pick, forget about it, treat it now as a best of 2. This is our map pick, play our style, play our game plan, and so far it's working out very well.
Yeah, it seems like MVP don't really know what they're doing once they lose a player or 2. Their setups seem to have a lot of holes. We've seen that from the rounds where, you know, players like Breze have just kind of walked out to A and just taken it because MVP don't have information. And, like, yeah, you can argue you're playing that risk by giving up a certain position and hoping it doesn't get pushed, but there are easily ways to counter that even when you're down a player. So MVP maybe not having the setups to fall back on.
Sometimes it feels like MVP overthink things, where it's like, do you remember they had 4 stacks on A, 4 stacks on B on Cash? You know, that 4-man pushes towards the B site even when they were winning.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could argue they overthink situations. Maybe they're always anticipating NRG to go B, for example. They're going to stack 3 players there. They leave a massive gap, and maybe NRG were planning to go B. But if you have your lurk player find 3 frags on A, you're going to go back to that side.
Yeah, I feel like MVP maybe need to rely a little bit more on their individual prowess. We know they have it. They've shown it. They're able to compete with some of the best in the world, at least individually, right? That's not even an argument. Asian CS is never really insulted for the players. It's insulted for the players playing together, the team play, the strategy. Not even the strategy necessarily, but this is what we talk about, individual play. Start off for Zeph, will be traded back. And now the bomb site under control of NRG. This is kind of the situation where MVP will thrive, where they really want to be in. 4-on-4 retake, then with the advantage moving in now. Second kill coming through, and this is it. MVP winning every single duel. They have the lockdown of the flank. Brezzy with a very nice position, but it's going to be countered. Daps, while he does find a kill with the AWP, how much more can he really do here? He's being surrounded, and that'll be it. MVP back in with the retake and finding their 4th round. Do they take the double AWP? It's a yes. This could be what could help them.
Maybe we see the AWP towards Ali to fight versus Cirque. Maybe we see the AWP as well, maybe aggressive towards lower B ramp. We know that NRG like to flash it, then cross, play counter flash, wait for the flashbang, then peek and spot Ethan on the cross towards B upper or Fugly.
One thing as well is we have NRG leading 7-4. Cirque has 3 kills.
Oh my goodness.
That's impressive considering they're not even relying on the AWP on train.
Yeah, a lot of these rounds have been win a buy rounds, get, you know, a force buy in eco and whatnot. So in reality, it's only been 3 or 4 buy rounds to get to 7.
If that.
If that, yeah. So, well, not even that. Pistol rounds plus 2 is 2 buy rounds.
Yeah.
So will be the double op setup though, as you said. 1 op save from Cirque and the one that Solo already had into the round. We see for another instance, heavy stack towards Ali from NRG. But it's Ethan instead towards the A site to find a frag. Eventual frag or refrag and trade from Solo. But Zeph thundering back towards connector to try and get close in towards the action at the A site. The bomb hasn't committed yet from NRG towards the A site, so they can recalibrate themselves, rethink their, you know, game plan and execution if they want to conclude towards A or B. But the B site's been very successful for the retakes from MVP. So will they go back to that, or will they go down pop, go down A main? But it seems unlikely here.
Yeah, look at this from MVP though. They want a bit of information. That's what you get. Cirque fires off a bullet to the head of Zine. He is not getting any information now. It's MVP down a man, give away this advantage, or not advantage, but at least equal ground. Still have a fair bit of information in terms of having A main locked down and the B site under control for the time being, but that's about to change. We've got 4 hungry T-sided players about to walk into this bomb site. Zeph only looking towards upper. He's got to divert his attention. There's the bomb drop, so information. Rotation needed. Zeph doubles. Can he find a third? It's a no, but he might have just done enough. The rotation's perfect, and the bomb's dropped in the open. Solo has a direct line of sight over it. Brezzy's going to have to make a big play, and he does drop the first, but needs to commit to this bomb plant here and now. HSK uses the brief momentary lapse to push up, and Brezzy surely won't know he's this close. Nades being thrown, and HSK wins the round. Nice stuff.
AWP saved as well to rub salt into the wounds. Just trying to be as efficient as possible. Running over the corpses from NRG, trying to see if anyone's littering a smoke grenade or a flashbang to use and save as much money as possible. Every little helps.
It does.
7-5 now as MVP get that big round number. 5-10 is the minimum half they can go for on their CT side. So if they win their T pistol, maybe they can come back into this one. A little bit of leg room has been given to them. Round number 13. AWP instantly invested into by Cirque. Only 4 frags, as you said. Not really able to find his footing into this best of 3 so far. But strong buy from both teams. The money still fairly low from MVP across the board, even though they have found some rounds in a row now. I believe it is 2. Flashes towards Ali. Are perfect, but just going to be slowing down the eventual run boost.
Triple setup on B here for MVP is actually quite interesting, considering we've not seen any fast B plays from NRG, so maybe MVP are kind of expecting one to come through. Very heavy defense here on Glow in a position where he kind of has to commit to pop. Oh, that's a nice shot from Fugly. Just as he hits the ground, so does Glow, in fact, and the Mag 7 dropped early on. The AWP moving back in. This is a dangerous spot to be in, but it's kind of required. MVP need this trade. They can't constantly allow NRG to sit with man advantages, and Pop Dog is a position where you commonly, as a CT side, will lose a player and have to recover in a 4-on-5. There's not much you can do about that. Nice Molotov though, but Solo still gets out with a kill, albeit traded. Fugly keeping things in the advantage for NRG once again, despite having a fairly slow game alongside Cirque. He's on a 2K right now, so big impact. Look at the push-up, though, from Zeph. He's taking some control. He's looking to rotate through the pop dog. HSK spotted this A play to unfold, and Zion's been dead again. Brez is constantly killed him from that exact position down Ivy. As Zeph looks to rotate quickly into the site, he won't expect Daps' position. Lots of noise made, but he just won't be able to react. Just HSK has fallen off the connector, and surely this round is out of his hands.
8-5 then. HSK has the defuse kit. Maybe that's the key.
That is.
Maybe, but it looks like he will be going for the conservative approach of the save, as he should do. We'll have $2,900, so the best he can drop over is a FAMAS. As it will go, 8-5. Could argue now for MVP to save this one, allow for a 9-5 scoreline. Save for the last round, try and make it 9-6 if they can, and then get that pistol round victory on the T side, make it 9-9, and fight back from an equal standpoint in that regard. However, they're the ones up against it. NRG looking poised to send us to a third map here. Mirage. As we see, round number 14, penultimate round here of this second map. Do or die for NRG in ESL Pro League Dallas. So, do they save? Try to play for a 9-6, or do they just force buy, try to play for a 8-7?
Surprised they actually they ecoed this, considering they don't have a lot of loss bonus. If you had a lot of loss bonus, it would make more sense, whereas, you know, they're going to eco this, they're going to have UMPs next round of FAMASes, you know, it's not going to be some sick double AWP buy. But let's see what they can get done with this very limited weaponry. A speed of pace here for NRG, and frankly, that's fantastic, because they found every kill with no real cost. In fact, no cost at all, no deaths. Zion, he went for a bit of a wander down Ivy, but doesn't seem to have found too much from it.
Ethan there with the last kill. 9-5 then for NRG. Round number 15, final round of the half. Yeah, I mean, you said it, the money's low. 3,000 for basically the majority of the Korean side. Waiting to see actually if we see the triple SMG buy. No, it's just going to be 2 FAMASes, 1 M4, 2 MP9s.
This is a round where I actually like more SMGs than not, because then you can use your Molotovs and your smokes to slow down NRG, not allow them to go for the same kind of pace as they just showed, because if you let them do that when they're confident up at 9-5, they are just going to tear you apart. Instead, MVP decided to get aggressive. Nice position there from Brezzy. He was kind of covered by the dumpster to avoid the flashbang that landed on the ground in front of him, due to being crouched. Zeph mollied, and he can't make a decision whether to push or back off, so he takes a hell of a lot of damage. Smokes it off, but they saw...
Oh, that looked quite good.
Yeah, nice save from NRG, though, because the bottom player can't move up unless the top player moves up, so whoever that bottom player was is very lucky that his teammate climbed. But then if... sorry, I was going to say...
Oh, it's all good, mate.
I was going to say,
throw off the
can you imagine if the top player moved up and the bottom player committed, and then he's kind of just left and baited? That's like my matchmaking games. Sorry, carry on.
It's fine, mate. It's fine. 5 versus 4. So it won't be rudely interrupted this time.
Can't promise anything.
Solo from behind, though. Lets the first player go past to allow the second player to walk into his trap as well. With Cirque uncharacteristically missing these shots with the AWP. As now, 2 versus 3.
Yeah, still HSK here as well. Good position. He won't be covered on his back, but at least he can stop the bomb plant from going down as he watches the wrap from Ethan. Bomb in his hands and now on the ground. Cirque hitting his shots, and he knows exactly where Zeph is. That, I mean, what do you expect from that Molotov? Cirque luckily going to finish things off with 3 kills in that round. So having a bit of a step up in the final couple, but still a fairly slow half. Luckily enough, his team dragged him through it, and 10-5 on the half is damn good for NRG. They should definitely be happy with that.
Oh, most definitely. Especially with how the last half went on cash.
Yeah.
10-5 here as we are paused and waiting to go into the potential final half, but it seems likely that we do see Mirage as NRG with the 5-round advantage so far on their CT side of Train. A map which we obviously expect to see the stronger one-sided halves in favor of the defensive. Due to the tight choke points that the Ts have to come through, T main, pop dog, lower ramp for example, Molotovs and utility are just so strong for the CTs on this map. But there's no Molotovs in this round here, Hugo, apart from Glows, which he's probably going to throw off the door at the B bomb site. Actually, no, they're going towards A with it. Okay.
Okay, Cirque starting things off though, coming back off of the previous round success. Bomb plant down though for Solo, and already all the utility gone for both sides. No kits, in fact, for NRG at all. They went for full armor. So retake's actually going to be needing to come in pretty quickly. They've not got the most time, at least, to play with, and MVP trying to hold on to this round. Solo one shot into the head, does follow up. Cirque dead, and Zine, he's going to be able to even join the party. All these kills coming through for MVP. Looking like they are trying to clean this one up pretty quickly, as Breezy is the last alive, and good luck in a 1v3 with no kit. The time has already passed him, it's already expired, so any kills he gets is just a bit of a boost of his money and stats. But no, MVP will win the round 6-10. Game's still on, Snots.
Yeah, it's not ending here. 6-10 then. MVP go 1 for 1 in terms of pistols. On their T side, can they do exactly what NRG did to them in reverse? Does seem unlikely. It felt like there was so many rounds that went NRG's way off the back of Preze, essentially. On 17 kills, after 16 rounds being played out, he is the driving force once again, as we saw on Cash, as we now see on Train. He's the real deal on both LAN and online. But NRG, 15-2 in the online season. We saw Liquid at what, 16-1 or something along those lines, where they showed on LAN that they can perform at that level. At what point do we see NRG step up to the similar one? But so far, can't count them out just yet. It is going to be the 3 versus 2. Frags found with the SMGs and the Galil for both Glow and Zeph, as we see. Just taps alone. The IGL and Captain on his lonesome, but he has got a behind angle here as he finds one. Oh, if he found that shot as well onto Glow, Solo was on 24 points of health, and that AK does 27-1.
If he didn't get aim punch there, he actually probably would have got that second kill as well. He just got instantly, like, his spray instantly just flew off the second he got shot by the Mach 10. But yeah, MVP at least fighting the round. Couple of casualties along the line, so only 2 surviving. 7 on this T side. And NRG, couple of nades here. What's the plan? What, throw into teammate straight away? Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Obviously, if you find a kill with those, try get up an AK, rotate it towards the site that MVP eventually go to. Could be successful.
Too late, though. HSK's already wormed his way down Olaf.
Yeah, with the Mach 10 as well. So, towards the old bomb. This is going to be Nathan, or Ethan, sorry, the first player to die in this one.
Good old Nathan.
But right, that's an easy mistake to happen.
Yeah,
come on. Yeah. Ethan, and you see the N. Anyway, 3 versus 3. They have a Mach 10 to work with, so maybe Cirque can find $600 a kill and have, you know, a full buy behind that, or be able to afford utility behind it as well.
I'm just busting your balls, not it's okay.
Excuse me?
Busting your balls. It's a saying. Taking the mick.
Yeah.
It's the English version, I guess. Well, I don't think too much more with these USPs will be coming through. Zine shooting the dead bodies, as you do. Cirque now potential here with the Mach 10 to get a frag, but he's going to whiff the shot. A very unfortunate angle as well. Zine's going to find 4 kills on the Antico. MVP starting to claw their way back in, but we don't consider it truly a game until they win this round, if they win this round, that is. NRG do have a buy ahead of themselves, and the AWP back in the hands of Cirque, who's started to join his team in terms of the fragging, at least on stats. He's going to have some big impact here into the second half now. MVP don't have an AWP to counter him as well, so Cirque definitely going to be in a prime position to do some damage into these next couple of rounds.
Fast play towards the B site, Fugly. Jiggle peeking, spots out a few players. We should be seeing the rotate player, be it Cirque or Ethan, eventually come in towards the B site. As the flashes rain in through, they make their way through the lower smoke. It's all down to the retake now, potentially, as Fugly gives up the B side for free.
Yeah, I think that's the best decision to make, considering how alone he was and the lack of utility as well. He tries to hold on for these aggressive post plants to see if MVP get too big for their boots, and in fact, HSK certainly has. He's wormed his way all the way towards T spawn, or CT spawn, as well as Zine, who's going to get dropped down oil train. Now, The retake is on for NRG. Now things start to look good, but Cirque is just going to get so unlucky on that fight. Zeph runs in close, in through the connector. More damage done to Solo as well. Zeph's still behind enemy lines, and they need to get rid of him right here and right now. Breezy trying to find the angle. He gets the kill. Defuse is already going on. They're sticking it. There's nothing Solo can do. Molotov on the bomb, but they have smokes to stop it, and the defuse has already been found. 11-8. MVP, not even close.
HSK, Zeph as well, far too aggressive going in towards the backtracks there on B site. Overextending the mark. If they had stayed towards Oil Train, behind the Golden Train, and just rotate smokes towards Connector, that would have been such an awkward round for NRG to win, especially when they had no players coming in from behind. From Pop Dog, they all came in one-dimensionally through Connector. They funneled in towards B. 3 frags were given away by MVP, and that's a round where if they win it, they're back in this one. They can make it 9-10. Win versus Pistols, 10-10. And now it seems like Brez has just found his form too heavily into this one. So far, 20 frags it must be. As he's actually the real deal. So,
having some good impact in this map, especially, as he did in the previous. Although, wasn't able to clinch them the win there. This story looks to change up onto Train. So they drag us forward to Mirage, or at least attempt to. The boost up. They try and find a pick with this AWP of Solo. Unsuccessful, no one's playing towards the back of B. That's where this position is for, as you can see that back brown Train. Instead they're close up on the grey one. And Cirque on the site as well with his M4. It's actually no trade potential here for MVP right now.
5 versus 4. That boost towards Ali, really making things awkward for MVP. They have no presence towards Ali, no presence towards Pop Dog or any facet of the map. As they go for another B execution, but this time, Fugly is the backup of the star player, the Bulgarian Cirque, to hold towards heaven.
Push through from HSK, and there's a big entry. Falling into the site like water. They're just going to flow down. Glow does find the kill as well. MVP now into a 3-on-3 with the bomb down. And Daps, very early push in. That's dangerous. He's going to have no teammate support. Ethan does come in with a trade quickly, though. And there's the trade back from Solo, keeping it into the 1v1. No Molotov for the bomb. And luckily for Breeze, because he doesn't have a smoke, but he does have the frag. Solo doesn't expect him in such an aggressive position. With the AWP saved, the round saved, 12 for the CT side.
12 indeed. 4-run advantage now going forward for NRG. 20 kills for Breze. Cirque again in the last round as well, struggling to find impact on Train, but seems like right now his team don't need him. They're winning across the board, team play-wise, and just Breze being such an impact fragger right now. Round number 21. 2 times now consecutively, these B executes have worked from MVP. As with the extended round-offs bonus and the bomb plant going down 2 rounds in a row, they can afford the buy-up into the 21st round. So, you can see how trepid and paranoid they are about the boost again towards that smoker alley. As Breze will throw out another one, but this time there is no boost. It will slow down the pace momentarily from MVP as they wait for these smokes to fade. They have Glow in towards team main, but only has a flashbang, so we can't cause too much of a diversion and distraction. But now we see Fugly, Jiggle peeking towards B lower, having 4 players towards the A site from NRG, so a strong setup here from the North American side. And so far, round after round on Train, they feel and they find themselves in much more comfortable positions than Cash.
Ooh, awkward molly as well. That smoke is going to be wasted because the molly will outlast it. As you can see, the smoke now faded. Molly as well as MVP begins to push, but they are just going to get mowed down from both sides of Ivy. Only 2 kills to their name and more for that of NRG. Cirque's still on the site alive and kicking, and Daps has joined him as well, so we have a very strong defense here from the CT side, and Cirque coming back to life there with 3 kills. NRG back in this one with 13 rounds. Time after time, Snods. This seems to be their game.
You didn't react to that second kill from Ethan. Did you see it?
What? No, they just all walked out and got mowed down. What did I miss?
Do you not see the player that jump spotted and he flicking headshot?
I must have missed that one.
Another one.
Wait, was he the one on top of the train or the one towards back Ivy?
He was the one on green train.
I didn't see that.
It's one.
I don't know what I was looking at. I must have been looking. Yeah, I'll look at the highlights afterwards. I must have been looking at the map or something. I don't know.
Wow.
Don't know how I missed that.
He was pretty nuts. Anyway, Daps with a very good off angle here as the MVP players walk out, they peek and peer into connector. Pop Dog spot no one, and they walk into the crosshair. And the side view of Daps, 14-8, clinical places from NRG. And we are going to be going to all 3 maps on both best of 3s today.
Seems to be the case.
Yeah.
Although not set in stone just yet, MVP are quite far off of a comeback here. They're going to need every single round if they don't want to hit overtime. That's quite a lot, by the way. That's 8. 8 rounds. Got to double it. Good luck.
Yeah, they're going to concede 2 as well, or 1.
Yeah, they found 3 this half. Fugly. Hello. Very, very hungry for kills, apparently. Circus even with him, so 2 kills for NRG and just smoke down and get the hell out of there. MVP with no way to trade that one back as well, and yeah, I mean, this game is starting to look as good as done, Snots.
5 versus 3. They have the like play from Glow now towards Ali. He has the smoke Molotov, so he can smoke out towards the backline side of Ali. Molotov the top, walk up and try and go for a peek. As we saw Breza find a lot of success on the T side in that exact same way. So far into the second half, the only rounds MVP have won have been the pistol. And all buy rounds have gone in favour of NRG. Now it's Joseph, but Pop probably going to come back in towards team main and regroup with Glow. Towards Ali at this A-bomb site. Or he might just be saving the AWP into the potential last round. But we don't know just yet.
Ooh. There it is. Yeah, Cirque's certainly warmed up. That's all I'm going to say. The second half has been the unleash the beast. Or the beast unleashed. 16 and 13, second top or third top for his team, but
yeah, it was what 4 or 5 kills, 7 kills first half, wasn't it? But he got
7
3
and 8,
of those in the last
7 and 8, yeah. And then he had, I think he had 3 on the pistol or something. I might have made that up, but yeah, he's definitely improved on this second half, and that's good as well, especially heading into that third and final map of this series. If we do get to it, Snots, who knows at 15-8 of CT Train. Yeah, Cirque is maybe going to be feeling it from Mirage, which is again a very good map for AWP players. I feel like there's no what map is bad for AWPers?
Inferno T side.
Yeah, okay, right. I was going to say maybe Cobble T side, but that's no longer in the pool. Yeah, Inferno T side. I can't think of anything else.
Oh gosh, Nuke T side sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. But no one plays Nuke anyway.
Apart from Mouse Sports Astralis. I know G2.
Yeah, you're gonna. G2 don't play Nuke.
Are you serious? Look at NRG's last games they played. It was Nuke.
I said G2.
Yeah, G2.
G2 suck at Nuke. MVP anyway. 1 player left up. It's just solo. Well, I mean, they suck at most maps. 1v3 here on the site, and he's just going to get shot through smoke. Cirque cleans up that map. 16-8. NRG are going to take the victory there. That was.
Have you seen Kenny S on Nuke?
I'm not saying Kenny S sucks on you. I can't think of a single map win from G2 on Nuke.
Versus NRG, I am Sydney.
Okay, I missed that one.
But, yeah.
I mean, it's only NRG. That's a joke. That's obviously a joke. That's obviously, I don't want to get hated on. 16-8, that's a sick win as well after coming back from, you know, a close loss in the first game. Obviously, they got kind of, you know, initially stomped and then pulled it back to a close matchup, 16-11. And then, I mean, that second match, that wasn't close. That was a stomp.
Yeah, the highlights should show it as well. 10-5 half from NRG on the terrorist side from themselves. They win the pistol, as you said. Keys to victory here for NRG is a change in stance on these pistol rounds and gaining the victory versus the force spike, with the eco getting to that strong, not only 3-round start, but economically as well. You have $4,000 or $5,000 left in the tank. If you lose the first buy round, you have the reserves to then buy up and have the chance for the reset. And suddenly you can run away with a 5-1, 6-1 lead out of thin air.
Yeah, and now heading forward to Mirage, I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know where you think this is going. Obviously, I know you're going to commit with the NRG pick, as am I after that map, but what are you thinking in terms of scoreline?
16-9.
Ooh. You love your scoreline predictions, don't you?
Aren't they my favourite part of this?
Really? I think there's just complete random and luck. And there's no way anyone can accurately predict a scoreline prediction, let alone a map win. I mean, you can predict a map win, obviously, but scoreline.
This is it. This
yeah. Oh.
See that?
So I thought the player in the back. I thought the player in the back CT killed him. I didn't look at the kill feed. I was just looking at.
I was looking at the crosshair placement.
Yeah, I don't know what I was looking at there. I did see the kill.
Because obviously people don't realise when you're casting, you don't actually look always at the crosshair because you have to look at who killed.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I was looking at the kill feed. Yeah, that would be it. I was looking at the kill feed and I didn't see him.
Yep.
Yeah, that would make way more sense because I was trying to see of the crossfire who got the kills. Was it Ethan with 2? Was it a trade?
It's not quite as easy as it looks.
No. Yeah, this job's impossible. It's how dare we? Anyway, we're gonna head to a break, guys. We are getting late here. It's about 3 a.m. now, so we've got the third and final map of the night coming up. Well, not third map of the night, the third map of this series and final map of the night coming up in just a minute. It is Mirage. We're gonna have a great time. We'll see you in just a minute.